So this is a good one. What makes a good police officer? Well, I could talk about this for literally days, and I hope I get the time sometime to actually really go into this. But for now, I'm going to try and keep this to a fairly brief video. So first, I am just going to mention what I do not think makes a good police officer, and that is anything to do with being tough or good at fighting or that kind of stuff. The reason why that's kind of necessary to say is because whenever you see the police on TV or in films, an awful lot of what they're doing is to do with chasing people, fighting them, that kind of stuff. And also because, whilst I am going to try and keep this brief, one anecdote is, I remember when I was thinking of applying to the police, I went and spoke to a friend of my mum's who worked in the local police force here, and just to have a chat about, what to expect, whether I should apply. And about the first thing he said to me when I told him what I was thinking of doing is, are you prepared to have a fight every day? And as a fairly stereotypical 22-year-old male, I was just like, yeah, all right, no problem, I can have a fight every day. But inside I was thinking, really? Is that part of being in the police? But anyway, I signed up, gave it a go, and not only did I not have a fight every day, but I barely had anything that you would describe as a fight for the next 7 years. Not that I started fighting a lot after 7 years, that's when I left the police. It's absolutely not necessary. And in fact, if you were fighting very much at all as a police officer, I would argue you are getting it badly wrong, and at some point somebody is going to be talking to you about it, and if they are talking to you about it, you're probably not that far away from getting kicked out, because this isn't just my opinion, it is broadly reflected in the police as a whole. So anyway, getting back to actually answering the question, what makes a good police officer? I'm going to say it's things like being terribly nice. I know, that's too wishy-washy. But you definitely need to be the type of person that can talk to a person who is having a bad day or is in a sticky situation, and you can talk to them in a way that makes them feel at least vaguely okay, so that they can perhaps comply with something they're being asked to do that they didn't really want to do. You need, in my opinion, to be balanced, because you're going to be dealing with a lot of a wide variety of situations. And if you come at all those situations with just one or two narrow viewpoints or methods of finding a solution, then you may kind of feel okay in yourself about what you're doing. But I would argue you are probably going to be doing the wrong thing by at least some people frequently. I think you need the kind of balance and open-mindedness to come into a situation, find out what's going on from the point of view of any parties involved, and then step back a little bit mentally and make the right kind of decision about how to action it. And I think that is it, if I'm going to try and keep this fairly short. There's a whole bunch of other stuff that you could do with being to be a good police officer, but I think I put them down as my core points.